Welcome back to RealVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith again, and I want to talk to you about a little property you've got. It's not so little. It's 3 acres. 3 acres in El Dorado County, California. This is near Grass Valley. And this one I'm asking $65,000 for it. It's 3 acres, and there's a power line not too far away. There's houses around the area. There's a little road that goes up to the property. And I've had people asking about the access to it. So let's take a look. I got the map pulled up here. We'll pull up the bigger maps and zoom in and out and everything else to see if I can answer some access issues or access questions. Let's go to this map. So this map, you'll scratch your head on this one. We've got Wolf Road over here, and it shows a leg off of Wolf Road going to the. If you ignore this box, the Google Maps box has the property here, and it shows an easement or a road going off towards this property, which I believe in the title paperwork they also show the easement going down that boundary to the top side of the property. And then Bluegill Lane, which on the map shows it going this way, on the plat maps it shows it going along the property boundaries down here to the border of this property. So you can take Bluegill Lane off of Old Pond Lane to get into the property. So I think it's got access from the top of the hill and from the bottom of the hill, and there's a bunch of trees in between. So it's 3 acres with some ponds and next door, and you're on the hill, probably see the ponds from the property. So this is a wooded hill. Here's a neighbor up here. Here's the road coming in up here. And I believe it goes down the property line. I believe the easement, well, where'd it go? Now I'm going to scratch my head. I think it goes like this, kind of extends, through here. It's not built yet, but there's an easement that goes in, that goes to this back corner of the property if you wanted to access it from the top. Look, this guy's got a power line right there, and it looks like he's built a nice house on the hill with views. So he's figured out septic and water and power and everything. And then the road, the Bluegill Place, goes along this property boundary up to the corner, bottom corner of this property. So I think we can circle around. This map isn't super duper crazy precise. This kind of looks like, wonder what that is. Okay, so from that angle you can see the road with the power line coming. This is Bluegill Place. It comes in off of Old Pond Way. So Old Pond Way, Bluegill Place comes in down here, and you can get to the property from there. They might have parked stuff in the way and it's not being used and everything, but it's a legal easement. And in California, it's illegal to block somebody access to their private property. So I'm sure it's just some kind of, talk to the neighbors and work through it. So here's a power line here, power line here. I'm not sure if the power line connects in there. Kind of looks like it from this angle. Looks like the power line goes along there. So you just follow that power line path over to the property. I don't know what this gash in the earth is. It's someone else's land, but I don't know if they're trying to route water, or maybe they got a power line to come off of here that they buried. Maybe that'd make sense why that's there. So here's north again. There's the property. So let's minimize this thing. Let's look at the plat map. I got the plat map on the ad. So there's a link here to go to the county GIS. Let's pull that up too. We'll pull that up, and we'll pull up the link to the plat map of the property. So I'm trying to get more information about these properties in here to make it easier for you guys to answer questions by looking at the ad in the middle of the night instead of trying to get me on the phone all the time. Feel free to call, but you know what I mean. So here is Bluegill on the county maps. Bluegill Place goes up this way, and then you've got Old Pond Lane. Whoops. So this would be our property over here. But you've got, it just tries to center itself. But you can use the link down below this video to get to my website, and use the link on the website to play with this map. This is the county map, and it shows this Wolf Drive going this way, but I think it's supposed to be an easement that comes along this property boundary into there, and this is follows that power line trail, goes up to this side of the property there. And then it says zoning RA10 and general plans rural 10. I mean, looking at that, talking to the county planning and zoning people, I had them pulled up here. Here's their phone number if you want to call the planning and zoning. It's 530-621-5355, or just Google El Dorado County Planning and Zoning, and that's the first thing that comes up. And they'll take you through the uses and permits and stuff. But talking to them about a different property with that same zoning, they said I could have a manufactured home built into the property. So I'm guessing it's the same on this one with that same style zoning. I want to get to that soon. But okay, so here's the plat map. Maybe I could make this bigger. Let's see. Make it easier to see. Okay, so we're focusing in on this. So this is Old Pond Lane. This down here is Old Pond Lane. And then there's the Bluegill Place on this map. This is registered, with the county. This is the neighborhood Wolf Crest Ranches. These are the neighboring lots, and then this is the lot here. So this lot here is the lot we're talking about. And so this easement on this map goes up this way to this property. The easement through here, the Wolf Drive one, the way it bends in reality is more like this. It doesn't follow that lot line. But there's in the title paperwork I have, there's another easement that goes along here, this border to the top of that property, and the seller was very adamant about that too. That was more recent than this map that they got that added, so they got the easement on the top. So there's easement on the bottom and an easement on the top to access this thing from two different ways. Top looks like they got a little bit bigger properties up there. Bottom looks like they generally got smaller ones down here, but 3 acres is a good sized property. It's a bunch of trees on 3 acres. So the northern boundary of it's 385 feet, and let's see if I can figure out the other boundaries. 370 foot on one side, 385 on the other side, and then it's you have to vector what the other distances are from there. That's got the headings and stuff. So here's a south bearing heading off of that corner. You can figure them out from there. It's got so this many feet there and that many feet there. Should be able to figure out, I don't know how you'd figure out that point off of this map. Well, you've got this measurement here to get to that southern boundary, so that would do it. So you measure all those out, measure that one down to that many feet, and then that looks like a straight east-west heading, I'm guessing, to connect it all together to measure out and survey the property. So there's your property. I looked up the school because we're interested, I've got little kids, so I'm always interested in schools, right? And this school, Pleasant Ridge Union District, the elementary school for this property, they've got, on Zillow, they've got a 9 out of 10 ranking for school quality, score testing and all that kind of stuff. 9 out of 10 is pretty high. That's like one of the best. It's really hard to find the 10 out of 10s. And then they've got average 16 students per kid, and I think it was like 150 something kids, and it goes up to whatever grade. It was 7th or 8th grade or something. And so it's a really small school. 16 kids per teacher, I think, is a really good ratio, and that's probably how they get such great statistics. So it looks like a really nice elementary school if you've got young kids and you want to go set up a ranch in this area. Otherwise, it's probably a good market to sell into later on someday after you build a house. Sell it to somebody who's got kids and wants to go after that school district. So that's about the property in El Dorado County, California. This 3-acre property, a little bit of a hill, lots of trees, neighbors with ranches, smaller ranches, horses and animals, and having fun in the woods and trees. That kind of neighborhood in Grass Valley, just south of Grass Valley. If we zoom out a little bit, I'll show you Grass Valley. Grass Valley is just up here. So that's the major concentrator of people in the county is Grass Valley. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith with ruralvacantland.com bringing an update on one of the properties we got for sale. And more information, I'll add this to the website, and hopefully you make this one yours. Let me know. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.